Welcome to the House of Hammer, built by the nation for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News today. We are live. We are in the middle of the presser. The vets are here. Day 2. Aidan O'Connell just wrapped up. We're still waiting for Davante Adams, Maxx Crosby, and Gardner Minshew. Guys that are coming on in, y'all know the routine. Those new in here, let me teach you real quick. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. We will actually be showing this presser first time ever while we're live in the House that Hammer built. I appreciate y'all waiting for people to come on in. I'm pretty sure we're live this time. No issues. Yes, we are. Lil Tiger was good, man. Salute, salute, salute. Put the bat signal out there. Get everybody that you know in the nation to pull on up. Instead of sitting there looking at a rotating shield, I think it's already been going on for like 15, 20 minutes since Aidan O'Connell finished his presser. Primos, what's good, bro? Put the bat signal out there. I scheduled it. I'm here. Sarah, the Raiderette who killed my dreams with my mock draft. Salute. I'm back. Those that missed it yesterday, we had a really good live for the hour that we were on. I appreciate everybody that came on. I appreciate everybody that called into the vault line. I appreciate everybody with the well wishes upon me coming back. Yes, your resident tribal chief of Raider Nation is back. Do me a favor.
Acknowledge me.
Zon, what's good, bro? Again, the presser is going on. We are very, very bored right now, and I know it probably doesn't sound the best terminology, but watching a rotating shield, yeah, no. So we're here. You guys are going to hear the rest of the presser in its entirety. Again, we're still waiting for Davante Adams, Maxx Crosby, and Gardner Minshew. Again, when they do pull up, we will have it for you, and you guys will be able to see it here as well. So again, put the bat signal out there. Let's get the nation in here. Let's run it up. Let's have some fun today. We'll be on as long as we possibly can. And I see James Morales, welcome to the vault. Thank you for becoming a new subscriber. I don't think I put it out there yet. I might have, I might not have. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell. Let's run it up. You guys see it in the top right corner. We're getting back up to 8,900. We were well past 8,900 before the hiatus. Let's run it up. Let's get to 9K ASAP. And I might have a very, very special surprise in the coming days. Stay tuned. You are not going to want to miss this, because this is definitely going to be a very, very special opportunity that's going to potentially be there for you, Raider Nation, and those that have been the loyalist of this channel. Salute to Zon. I wish I had some alcohol right now. I do, but I don't have it. I don't have ice. I have nothing. Appreciate you on the $100 banger. Guess who's back? Back again. Hammer's back. Let's get him to 9K. Hit like and sub, David. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, bro. Much, much appreciated. Demokes, what's good? Again, the presser is going on. Right now, we're looking at a rotating shield. We will have the rest of the press conference in its entirety, and it will be here today. So again, once again, especially the mods, put the bat signal out there. Let's get some more people in here. Let's run it up. Let's have some fun today. I didn't even I'm saying I didn't expect this, but I should. Look, training camp is here. At least the vets are in the building. It's Wednesday. Wednesday was typically, during the regular season, our quarterback and Davante Adams weekly presser. So I'm here for it. Sinister, salute, my guy. Hope you're doing well. I'm here with you guys for however long this presser is going to take. And again, we will have it. You guys will see it in the corner. You'll be able to hear everything. So don't run over to the other page. Let's just hang out here. Let's have a good time. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. We were answering a whole bunch of your questions yesterday. We opened up the vault line, and salute to everybody that called in, especially Elite. It's been well over a year since I had heard from her, saw her during a live. For her to pull up and talk her shit was absolutely amazing. So again, thank you guys. Thank you for all of those that called in yesterday with your questions and your welcome backs. It definitely meant a lot. Again, I'm still trying to reacclimate to everything in here, all the equipment and stuff. So bear with me if there's any technical difficulties. which I'm hoping there aren't. We had a great live yesterday for the hour that we ran it. So that Raiders live chat, that's why I had to get out there. Glad I did, because I seen you were live. Demokes, I appreciate you. And like I said, bro, put the bat signal out there and just tell everybody, yo, Hammers Live, pull on up. Hammers Live, pull on up. We will have the presser. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek of what you'll see during this presser. It'll be right there for you guys. It will be right there for you guys, and you guys will hear the audio and everything. So let's just have some fun in here. There was news late last night, at least late on the East Coast, and it really wasn't that late, but it was like 9:30. Michael Gallup announced his retirement. Was in the league for about 6 years. He retired at the age of 28. He was dealing with a bad injury. It was 2 years ago, but he has called it quits after 6 years in the league. JPJ has been put on the PUP list. Look, it's nothing for cause of concern. Again, this is something that happens, especially with some of these guys that are rookies. You have these little dings, these little injuries. It's nothing that's too, from what I've heard, it's nothing that's too serious. So we'll take it as it goes. Hopefully he's there. Yeah. We got Uncle Rico here, guys. Let's go.
How are you adjusting to your new team and obviously getting a chance to meet a lot of guys? They've talked about becoming friends with you. You just talk about the adjustment, please?
Oh, man, been loving it. Fourth team in the NFL now, so, you kind of get used to being the new guy and, making friends and building trust. I think that's a big thing what we're trying to do right now. It's been a blast, man. I love the guys. I think we have such a good energy, some great leaders on the team, and a lot of expectations.
Gardner, I know as football players, you guys are trained anywhere, and you've trained in Jacksonville Heat and that type of thing. But being here on the West Coast, kind of like Washington, in this kind of conditions, does it make it a little bit of a better place to work type of a thing?
Dude, you can't help but to smile out here. I'm just like cheesing the whole time. It feels so good. It's so nice. Sun shining. Like couldn't ask for more right now, man.
You mentioned 4 different teams. Is there like a secret to fitting in a locker room? Like you don't want to come in hot, like just be kind of crazy right away. I guess how do you fit in a locker room? How does that work?
Yeah, man. I think one is not expecting anything. Nothing's gonna be given to you. Nobody really gives a crap what you did in your last team. Like you got to come earn it here, and just being yourself, man. Everybody can kind of see through any front or pretense, but I think everybody, no matter how it comes out, can resonate with really being yourself. And I think we got a lot of guys that are doing that. It makes it a lot of fun.
Aidan talked about the competition being actually fun between you two. I mean, is that how you see it in terms of what's going on here?
Dude, we've had an awesome room so far, man, and it's going to be a competition. It's going to be tough. It's going to be only one guy out on the field, but that doesn't mean we're not all going to push to help this team in every way we can. That's what we were kind of talking about after today's practice. Like, whoever's in at quarterback, no matter what field, like, it's our responsibility to lead this team and to lead our team to wins.
Antonio, you've had your share of playbooks. What's it been like absorbing Luke Getsy's?
Yeah, so I mean, kind of at this point, you've seen all the concepts. Everybody just has different names for it. So it's a little bit of memorization there, but a lot of it translates, and being able to kind of use things, and things are taught different ways, and just having a lot of perspective at it really helps, and it's fun to take that into this offense where you have a lot of tools to be successful.
Gardner, Aidan yesterday talked about how important it was to get you all out, away from your families, away from everyone, just to kind of focus on that brotherhood. How much does that help you being the new guy?
Oh, man. I'm focused on it all the time, so it don't matter to me, I mean, there's nothing I'd rather be doing right now. This is an incredible opportunity with such a good team, and, man, I just couldn't be more grateful for it.
Gardner, when Antonio says that he really has no timeline on when he wants to anoint or name the starter, what's your knee-jerk reaction?
Adam, you didn't miss anything. Gardner Minshew's up. This is the second guy.
To the press clippings. No offense, but nah, man, I'm just trying to get out here, get better, try to lead the team as best I can. If I can lead this team to wins, I'll be out there. If Aidan does it better, he'll be out there. But I'm on a journey to get better myself, and I believe I can play at this league, play at a high level. Went to the Pro Bowl last year, had a blast doing that, and just excited for moving forward.
So no timeline then to name the starter? You're okay with that as a competitor?
Dude, my senior year at Washington State, every single game, it was Gardner Minshew or Trey Tinsley or Anthony Gordon. So, it is what it is. If you're out there, it's going to be a heck of a time, and just going to try to put our best foot forward and lead the team best we can.
Gardner, you played on some pretty good teams in the NFL. The Eagles was a really good team. When you look, I know it's early, but when you look around the talent that's been assembled here, what do you see from this group?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's hard not to get excited. First, on our side of the ball, the offensive skill guys, whoa, you look out there and everybody can get open. You know, there's not a one-on-one that you don't like. Offensive line, we got dudes up there, guys that really mesh well and can work well together. And then we got a defense that finished the year as hot as anybody, you know, talent all across. And I'd say the biggest thing I've seen on this team is just the leaders, man. At about every position group, both sides of the ball. Like, that's what's really exciting, and that's what's got to carry you. There's plenty of teams with talent, but who's going to kind of come together and bring it together when it gets tough? And I think we got those dudes to do it.
What did you feel like you needed to focus on between minicamp and now, and what did you do to be able to focus on those things?
Yeah, for me, it was studying my butt off, man. Had to really dive into the playbook. I wanted to know it like the back of my hand. I've been telling guys since we got back, like, there's such a confidence that comes from knowing you're prepared. And that's what I wanted. I wanted that confidence, and I feel like I got it. And I'm excited just to use everything I've learned to put our team in a great position.
We're definitely going to talk about that.
Made it to Vegas yet?
I got a van now, downsized. The bus was too much space, you know. So now I got the van. It's pretty awesome. Awesome camping outside of Vegas. You know, once it cools down a little bit more, it'll be pretty nice to be able to sneak away for a night. You know, get away, reset a little bit. You know, Mount Charleston's pretty cool. Lake Mead's cool. Colorado River a little bit, you know. But yeah, no, some good stuff there.
Has anyone on offense kind of jumped out to you to where, you know, almost surprised you a little bit? Like, I knew this guy was good and he's actually better than I thought. Anybody like that?
Man, I tell you, the one dude that, like, everybody I've talked to around the league really respects, like, because they see it on the film, is Jacoby Myers. That dude goes so hard, is so about it, like, loves this game and practices like it. It's really just cool to be a part, you know, and see guys that are like that. They're going to do whatever it takes, going to put themselves in position to help the team, whether it's blocking, catching the ball, running off. Like, he really does it all, and it's cool to be around those kind of guys.
You mentioned being a weekly competition in college. How much do you draw upon that to help you here?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's a lot about focus. I think you start looking over your shoter or worried about what
Should we
somebody
change
else
the
is doing.
thumbnail and
That's
put his
super
van in front of it?
So for me, just worrying about my game, where can I get better? How can I improve? I think that's where the focus has to be and not on anything else.
What are your first impressions of Brock Bowers?
Man, quiet. But, no, really good, dude. He's like, you can see it in OTAs, like, he's a super solid route runner, but once he gets the ball, he doesn't move like a tight end, you know, and there's a lot of fun stuff and creative stuff we'll be able to do with our tight end group and get some great matchups out there.
If you see a guy like that, do you try to draw it out of him? If he's quiet, you try to bring the personality out?
Oh, you definitely mess with him. You know, we're going to get him up telling jokes before the team. You know, that'll be super awkward probably. But, nah, man, you just try to bring those guys along. You want everybody to feel like they can be open and be themselves in the room. And, yeah, no, excited for him.
Conversely, Michael is somebody that speaks a lot.
Less quiet.
Yeah, a little less quiet. What have you seen from Michael?
Dude, stud, man. Like a true wide tight end. He can put his hand in the dirt and block. But he's really surprised me, like, as a route runner, as a guy that can get open and then attacks the ball in the air. And then dude's going to be, like, mean after the catch, you know, like he has some of that George Kittle type stuff after the catch. Like, it's really, really cool to have multiple guys in that room. And even all the way down the line in that tight end room, guys are getting open, doing the right things, man. So it's a fun group to be with.
I saw that there was a lot of 13 personnel or some 13 personnel out there. Is that a friend to a quarterback, having tight ends like that you can lean on?
I think being able to mix it up in this league is huge. You know, having multiple personnel groups puts a lot of stress on the defense. A lot of times the defense and, you know, their sub personnel is what mostly people play. We'll have a, you know, stack of plays that long. You get down to base, it's a little bit less. You know, the more you can mix it up there, it's harder to defend.
One of the things Luke said he wants to see out of his quarterback is a guy that can get out of the pocket and maybe be improvisational. That seems to be one of your specialties. I mean, is that where you see maybe your edges in this competition?
I don't know, man. I definitely think that's something, you know, I feel good about. Been really working on that last few years. I got to be able to get out, protect the ball when I'm doing it, and create explosive plays. That's a big part of this league is explosive plays, and a ton come on the kind of second move.
Looks like when you are out of the pocket, you're having your most fun. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's like flag football back in the day, or like, you know, just that's truly just playing ball. You know, you got to find a guy that gets on the same page, can react, and that's a lot of fun.
So you found the guy. What kind of guys have you mentioned Jacoby is one of those guys that
I'm definitely
can get on the
convinced
same
that
page as
O'Connell's
you
going to
when
be
you
the starter. I
traveling
don't know
out
why
of
we had the
pocket and the
backup
other
out here for
guy
so
doing
long.
that for you?
Well, I mean, like Tay, I mean, like there's some telepathic stuff where we just see it and he can get to it. Like, you know, just having a guy that's played so much ball, it's fun to bounce ideas back and forth with him. I think we see it a lot in the same way. It's going to be a lot of fun to dig it in with him, give him some freedom.
Got the shag carpet.
There's nobody better at getting open than him, and yeah, I look forward to that.
Guys, good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So there you have it. Gardner Minshew. Those coming on in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Do not adjust your YouTube channel. Yeah, don't adjust your phone. Don't adjust your TV. Don't adjust your computer screen. Hammer's back. Live, we have the presser. Salute to Paul. What's up, my guy? We do have the presser. We're halfway done. We're waiting for Tay. We're waiting for Maxx Crosby. Again, put the bat signal out there. Let's get everybody over here as opposed to sitting there watching a rotating shield for another 10, 15 minutes. And if you haven't already, those coming on in, come on. 3 simple things. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions in the house of Hammer built by the nation for the nation. Raider Nation News Today. He said mirrors on the ceiling. Yo, Sarah, whew, calm down. Y'all are going in right now. You know who he reminds me of? And I think those that are WWE heads in here could agree. Matt Riddle. I feel like that personality and his voice, it sounds exactly like Matt Riddle. We just need to hear a little bit more, bruh. Like, that's what I'm seeing right now. VA, I appreciate you, man. Feels good to be back. Again, I'm going to be on when I can. Once the season's here, you know what the routine is and what we do on a day-by-day basis. Again, I should have known better. Training camp is here. It's Wednesday. Wednesday is typically our quarterback and Davante Adams presser. Day 2 for the vets at camp in Cali. Yes, we have a presser. So again, we're waiting for Davante Adams. We're waiting for Maxx Crosby. And people are over there watching a rotating shield. I don't get it. Make it make sense, but it is what it is. Trap God, like I said, I'm going to be on when I can. I give it a couple of days. Like I said, in a couple of days, I might have an announcement, and you guys are not going to want to miss it because one of you guys could have a very, very good end to your summer. Tay is up.
Davante, as a football player, I'm sure you're trained to practice in a sauna if you'd have to. But being out here in California, your home state, and this kind of weather, is it a little more conducive to be able to just get quality work in when?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, we're gonna make it work and make it do what it do regardless. But it definitely helps you keep your mind a little bit straighter when you're out here in reasonable weather. I mean, playing around in that 113, 115 that's been going on out there in Vegas, it's been a hot one. So
salute to the
definitely
champ.
Wouldn't be our first one having to deal with it, but this allows us to kind of chill and kind of focus in on just kind of getting right the first few days and keeping a little bit more weight on versus just coming out here shedding a little too much and getting dehydrated and all those type of things.
What about just getting away as a team? Do you feel like there's a benefit to that?
For sure. No, for sure. It's obviously a lot less distractions, a lot more quality time. We get together. Guys they're not like we dispersing throughout the day, we back home, but just having that camaraderie, more dinners together and all those type of things. Just a little bit more time to learn one another. And I feel like, the best teams are real connected, off the field as well. So just having a few extra reps to do that out here is definitely beneficial.
And then why is AP the right coach for this team?
I mean, AP is the right coach for any team. When you have a player's coach, the way that he is, and he's understanding. He's very realistic, but also upholds and maintains a standard of ball that he believes in and that we all believe in. And it's just real easy to follow a guy that understands the big picture and has the same common mindset as what we have as players. So. It's like I said, it's easy to get behind that. So you're the
biggest instigator, but you're going to get a reward as a result of that.
Probably like the halfway point of the year, right before he became the guy. That's when we fully bought in, even before he was fully the coach, and now it's his now to run off with. So let's keep it going.
As a seasoned veteran, are you still as excited for the start of camp as you were when you were a rookie?
100%. I mean, training camp is when it it feels like a quick off season, but then it also, you get out here, start throwing it around a little bit.
Trap God, he was
It's
first.
been forever since we had, live reps and able to really go at each other and really compete. So, I love the competition part of it, and, we start getting able to, go one-on-ones and get back into our groove, getting back into the toolbox, because, obviously we got to work back into the shape, not the literal, wind shape, but the routes and, the footwork and everything, just kind of re-getting our structure back together it's a fun process, so I really enjoy it.
With that being said, it's your third season with the team. You take your past 2 seasons and compare it to today. What's been some of the differences going into training camp this year and how today's felt compared to those last 2?
Well, for me, it's a lot different because it kind of feels a little bit more like the Green Bay years, because I'm back in that offense with Luke now. So, with Josh, we came in here and we kind of had to even that first year, obviously new offense and having to learn it, and then you come back in and it had only been a year in it, so you almost got to refresh a little bit more than what you
appreciate you, brother.
So I've retained basically, I say like 85% of this offense, from when I played back in 21 in the same offense. So just having that familiarity just helps and relaxes you a little bit. I'm not stressing as much, having to look at my notebook right before we run out on the field. I can kind of just focus on getting my body right, mind right, coming out, and get ready to go have a good practice.
How helpful has that been to some of the other players that you have that experience and maybe that they can come to you and you can help advise them on some of the plays?
I mean, I like to think it's been really, really helpful for them.
Facts.
There's something to having a guy that's familiar with something, and I feel like this offense makes a lot of sense, so it's pretty easy to learn. So when I come in and learning a new offense from the beginning is always going to be tough. New formations, it's a bunch of formations, whole lot of plays. So when you have a guy come in, and I was kind of in and out of OTAs, and just to hear how comfortable I was with it, I think that it kind of calmed some of the guys down that were scrambling, their minds all over the place, learning, where am I in my X, F, Z, the motions and all of that. And then when I come in, kind of calm, like, oh yeah, this is easy. It kind of relaxes them a little bit, and I can feel that. So it's a good feeling to know that they, my familiarity with it can kind of rub off on them.
There you go.
Davante, those of us who have covered you understand that when you're feeling a certain way, you're going to express that.
Mm-hmm.
No apologies with that. The Netflix series came out, and there were some parts of that were represented how you felt at a certain period of time last year. Is it different now? I'm sure you feel differently than you did at that point. And what's the guarantee that it's not going to get to that point again?
Well, I don't live my life in with the mindset of things are may get bad. I like to think it's a fresh slate, and I got a whole new mentality, whole new. I didn't come into last year with in a bad place. It was just kind of the things. It was the way that the cookie crumbled, and it's you saw raw emotion.
We're all bad influences.
And, that was just genuine a genuine look at what we were going through, and it wasn't always the brightest point, but there was a lot of good moments too. And obviously it's a television show at the end of the day, so there's going to be certain narratives and things like that. Not that it was not accurate, because it was very accurate in the way that I felt, the way that the team felt, and the kind of the place we were in as a unit. But I'm in a really good place right now. Really happy to be out here with the guys. Happy to watch Aidan and Gardner go at it and just have a really just put their best tape together. They're not even battling each other. It's Aidan versus Aidan, Gardner versus Gardner, me versus me, Kobe versus Kobe, and that's just kind of how it is on this team. We're not battling with one another other than across the ball. Obviously, we're gonna have our battles, but within each position group, it's just going out there trying to put together the best tape, and coaches evaluate who is looking the best and at what point, and then we go from there. But I'm in a really good place right now, and really excited. I think today was a good day to start off on, so happy about the opportunity we have in front of us.
Are you glad you did it? The documentary, are you glad you did the series?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, any decision I make, like I told y'all before, I'm a stick by, and I don't live my life, in hindsight. Hindsight's 20/20. We already know that. So at the end of the day, I couldn't determine if I was going to have 1,500 yards or 500 yards on the season, and you sign up for it. It was a good deal. It was really uninvasive. So I'm not the type of guy. It's enough cameras in front of me now, and I get enough attention walking around Vegas. So it's not really my style to have a camera crew follow me like that. So the way that they did the show, it looks like it was that type of deal, when really it was just so low key, and you know, those guys did a really good job. So it was a good experience.
How's the rest of the family dealing with superstardom now? The kids, the wife.
Oh, you think the superstardom came from the show? Well, I'm glad.
I mean, for them.
Thank you.
Not for you. Not for them. Not for you.
Oh, for them. Okay, got you. Well, I'll tell you, Deja is extremely thrilled every time she sees. I'm scrolling on Netflix trying to find Coco Melon or something, or she really likes Thelma the Unicorn right now. I don't know if y'all got kids, but you should. Thelma the Unicorn is a pretty good movie on Netflix. Shout out to Netflix. But yeah, they love it. They just seeing my face, and then they start running the credits. She says, "Daddy, I want to watch me." So I love that she loves it. She sees the love that I get on the sideline, and it kind of makes her a little bit more excited about being at games and practices and stuff like that. So I love it.
You have done a great job of having a balance between being a superstar football player and a dad. How exciting is it now to be a boy dad?
Well, we don't have them just yet, but I'm waiting on that call now. At any point at this it's a great feeling though, man. I'm thrilled to. I had to take my
two-time champ, one of the loyalists.
Now, and I had to
absolutely,
put my
bro.
logo back on there because now I'm just a dad. I'm not just a girl dad. So it'll be an adjustment, but I'm happy that I had my girls first now. I wanted to have my boy first, but I'm happy I had my girls first because I feel like it softened me up and I'll be a little lighter on my boy than maybe what I would have been initially. My friends don't believe that. They think it's still going to be the same. But, yeah, I'm excited about it for sure.
So you ready to take off then at a moment's notice? You got to go back?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, hey, man. Yeah, I'm not giving the due date, but it's come. I mean, we close enough now to where it can be any day. So we'll do what we got to do. If it does happen while we're out here.
When it comes to the quarterback competition you were talking about earlier, Antonio said that he's really got no timeline. It'll happen when it happens. It'll present itself. Mm-hmm. As you're out there, what are the benefits and kind of the drawbacks of not knowing really who the starter is going to be?
Leaky, what up?
It's first day of camp, but
yeah, I mean,
Zazan, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
I suppose there's pros and cons, but at the end of the day, we get enough reps with both guys, and we're all communicating. When I'm talking to a quarterback in the meeting room, it's not my guy. It's not just I'm not just speaking to Aidan or I'm not just speaking to Gardner. I'm speaking to whoever it's going to be, and we have really open conversations, and we all get reps with all the quarterbacks. So, obviously Aidan's running with the ones right now, but guys are getting enough opportunities to where they'll get a solid evaluation, and I'm definitely watching at all times, seeing everything and learning how the ball comes out with Gardner versus Aidan, and all those all the quarterbacks in every position. I'm not exactly sure what the cons are. Obviously, not having as many reps maybe with Gardner, but just the conversations that we have, and that's kind of how Aaron and I used to work. It wasn't just about the reps that we had in practice, but it was about the communication, the film that we watched together, and just going over timing and different things like that are equally as important as getting those on the field reps.
What position group do you want to see on Netflix next? What would you?
Corners. They asked me, and I told them that I think that corners, DBs, but mainly corners. You'll get some more. It'll probably be a little bit more eventful on the field than what you.
Not for another couple of days. I think early next week.
All of that stuff too, but I think corners with a mic are more dangerous than a receiver with a mic on. Yeah, I think that they will take the opportunity to relish that moment a little bit more than maybe what I would when I'm on the field.
Not that you don't care about your individual numbers, but you've said a few times you were more worried about team success at this point in your career. Is there a certain benchmark you have going into the season for what would keep you happy in that aspect?
As far as like how many, I mean, it's hard to put a number on. It's not about a certain amount of wins. It's more about how we look as a team and how we start. Really, I want to come out starting fast and just really maximizing our potential, man. I mean, it's not really about. I'm not expecting to go out there and win 17 or 18, how many games we have, but at the end of the day, it's about how we look as a team, and if we can come out and match the energy that our defense had in a year, and if they come out flying the way that they do and set the tone, and that's just gonna make it so much easier. I talk about that every year, coming out starting fast. That way we don't have to dig ourselves out of a hole at the end of the year, and be superheroes and run the table and do all these crazy things that you've heard over the years. But if we could just lock in and find a way to start fast and, come out here, challenge each other. We're not doing any joint practices this year, so it'll just be, good versus good the whole time and find a way to just push each other. That way we can come out and come out flying that first quarter of the season and then
So you're looking at
make it a little easier.
Tuesday, at least, I think.
You were tired of me talking or what?
Yeah, Tuesday. Next Tuesday. All right, Tay is done. Now we're waiting for Max. Zon, I'm liking using this effect besides y'all know what it is when we have the alert for Super Chat, but something like this, 100? Yeah, we're doing this from here on out when we get the hundos.
How we doing?
Damn, there's Max.
Good to see
That was
y'all.
quick.
Max is one of the team leaders. Having the team come out here to California, what's the benefits of being out here as a group and you as a team leader getting this thing together and bonded and everything?
Yeah, it's just about being around each other. We have nothing else to do. AP said it very loud and clear. Like, if you don't want to be here, if you got something else more important when you're out here, you just go to Telesco and ask for your release. We're here to
Real ones
get better,
know.
get closer, and just focus on improving every day.
For you, are you just as excited for this camp as you were your first?
Oh yeah, every year is different, but my excitement never changes. For me, like I said, a lot of people say they like it, they love it, but I live it. I live it every single day. It's not like, oh, it's time now because it's camp. It's like, no, we do this all year round. It's always time. It's just another part of the process, and I'm ready to keep getting better and improve and be a better, the best version of myself so far.
Max, with that in mind, can you pinpoint one or two things that you're working on to get better at?
It's everything across the board. There's always room for improvement, from the run game to pass game to the mental side of it, to the physical side. There's always room for improvement, from hand placement to pass rush to speed to power, things like that. So for me, my whole motto for this offseason was refine and elevate. So refining everything I do across the board, from workouts, meal prep, pass rush, run game, and find another way to elevate. And that's what I've been doing since January 22nd. So we started earlier training this year. We took less time off. Meal prep was even more dialed in. There's just every day it's finding that 1% of the 1%, and that's what it is for me. I want to be, like I said a million times, I want to be the best in the world at what I do and win football games, and that's all that matters.
Was that one of the reasons you did that camp with the rest of the players?
It's a part of it. I've been doing that for years now, but I took a bigger role in it. Vaughn came to me, wanted me to be a big part in moving forward and carrying the thing on. So for me, it's what I do. I live it. I could talk football all day. So having the guys, coming out of the combine talking about, I'm one of the guys that they watch. Hearing about other guys around the league saying they want to play like me. That's what it's all about. That's what greatness, that's what the legacy is about, is having, inspiring others around you. So every time I get a chance to be around the other guys and share some wisdom and knowledge, I'm gonna do it every time.
On the flip side, how has that worked out with Thayer Munford? Because he said he's been learning a lot from going up against you.
Yeah, for sure. I
Trying
told
to
him
find something on here and I don't see it at the moment, guys.
Jermaine had to, do it every day too, and every guy before that. So he knows what I'm doing. He knows what type of energy and time I'm on. So he's got no choice. He's going to get better regardless. No matter what. If he wins a rep, I told him every single time, I'm going to say, good shit, but I'm coming right back, and I'm going to try to embarrass him the next play. So that's the only way you get better, is by really competing. It's not, playing buddy-buddy and, things like that. When we're on the field, we're out there to compete and get better. So they know what they're going to get from me, and, Thayer, he already knows what's coming for him every day, and I'm looking forward to that, that matchup, and everybody else as well.
Are the high expectations of this line more of a challenge than anything?
I mean, that's just noise, you know what I mean? Sometimes we're Super Bowl contenders in the preseason. Sometimes we're expected to go 6-11, but it's really all irrelevant. At the end of the day, it's just noise, and we really could care less. At the end of the day, we got to go out there and win, and that's all that matters.
You said a few times your big goal is to become the best in the world. For you, is that something? There's a certain thing you have to accomplish for you to feel like you are that, or is it more of an internal?
For me, it's everything across the board. For me, I feel like every single year I've gotten better. I've taken another big step forward, and for me, that's the only thing that's on my mind, is getting better. So it's not anything specific. For me, I feel like that's always going to be my mentality regardless until I'm done. So even in when I win Defensive Player of the Year and when I win MVP or whatever, when we win Super Bowls, I feel like there's, I know my mindset, there's always, okay, what's next? What's more I can do? So that's how I hold myself to that standard. I speak loudly and proudly about it because I know the work I put in. It's like I said, I live this shit every day. I put everything I have into it and pour into it and sacrifice on a daily basis. So really all that matters to me is being the best version of myself. And that's why I always say potential is limitless. For me, I know I've made it this far. I was a 1-star recruit or 2-star recruit, 1 offer, and I've made it this far. So people can say whatever they want. At the end of the day, nobody expected me to be here. The only person that believed me at that time was myself. So I know I'm not the best version of myself, and that's what keeps me going.
Tay said that he would like the next Netflix to be corners, but how much would you like it to be defensive ends?
Yeah, I find it entertaining. For me, at the end of the day, I love sports, and that's literally all I do. It's all I do, all I watch. So yeah, I feel like corners would definitely be entertaining, D ends as well. But yeah, every year it's always entertaining seeing the behind the scenes.
I'm here. Questions. You have a lot of guys on this team that are in the position of trying to make the team and fight for it on that defensive line. What's your biggest advice that you've been giving to them? And also, have you continued up your training camp ritual of watching Last Dance before you came in?
Oh yeah, honestly, this year it's funny. I started even earlier. I watched it like a month ago. Right now I'm watching Peaky Blinders. I'm really on my mob, mafia type energy right now. So I'm reading the Boss of Bosses book about Paul Castellano right now, and I'm reading Winning by Tim Grover. I didn't bring my Xbox out, so we're not doing any of that. No NCAA, so just locked in and keeping my mind sharp. So yeah, we already watched Last Dance, but I'm talking to my guy Tim every day, so we're locked in.
Max, you said you guys could do some live tackling.
Yeah.
How much do defenders appreciate that?
It's football at the end of the day. It's really whatever AP wants us to do and thinks it's going to help us win. That's really all that matters. So yeah, people have their opinions and whatever, but it's football. That's what we do. That's what we train for it. We sign up for it, and we look forward to doing. So yeah, if we got to tackle, if we're going to stay up, or whatever it is, you look forward to those opportunities every time.
Outside your locker room, there isn't a lot of talk about Janarius Robinson, but there is inside of it. What do you talk about him? What is it about him that got your attention?
If you just look at him, you could tell the dude is a 5-star recruit. He's got all the intangibles. He's got long arms. He's athletic, get off, everything. For him, it's just about consistency. He's got to do it every day. Every day you show up, you got to get better. You can't ride the emotional roller coaster. You can't be inconsistent off the field and expect to be consistent on it. It's got to be consistency across the board. So that's how I tell him every time. You can't be solid and locked in for a week, and then you got a bad attitude the next week, and that's the main thing. And I tell every single young guy and every guy coming up, Tyree, Malcolm, all those guys, it doesn't stop. You know what I mean? Your energy can't be inconsistent. You can't be a tail, it can't be up sometimes, down sometimes. You can't operate like that. In this league, there's going to be ups and downs and things like that, but your attitude and everything's got to be consistent across the board, and that's what allows you to go out there and be free and play at your best. So yeah, there's always going to be adversity, but you can't fall too deep into that pit of feeling bad for yourself or let one play affect the next. It's just got to be, all right, boom, next play, get back on the line and be the best version of yourself. So that's my advice to him. I tell him every single day. You just got to be consistent across the board.
You mentioned before riding Tyree and making sure you stay on him. What do you think of his offseason? What do you think first day of camp, obviously?
That never stops. Tyree, he's got no choice being in our room. We got guys like myself, Christian, Malcolm, Adam Butler, John Jenkins, dudes that have done it at a high level for a long time. So Tyree's continuing to improve. His attitude is great. He's in better shape. He's been putting in the work. So now it's time to put it on display. We got a lot of work to do, but like I said, it's just going one day at a time, being consistent every single day.
Max, even going back to OTAs, it seemed like day one you and Christian Wilkins just kind of hit it off, and he's even trying to match your energy at times in practice. Why is that? Why were you guys able to hit it off right away?
Well, Christian's chasing, greatness. He wants to be a great player. That's what it's all about. So, like I said, in our room, you got no choice. If you're the guy that wants to take plays off and be inconsistent some of the time, it's going to be glaringly obvious because everyone's flying around, everyone's flying to the ball. So, my coach at Eastern Michigan, Coach Creighton, he said it way back when I was in college and it stuck with me. He said, if your best players, your hardest workers, you have a good chance to win. So I feel like that bleeds through the whole team. So, yeah, there's no other option. Christian's been awesome. Great energy. It works his ass off. So that's the type of people I want to be around.
What's it like for you to go back to Eastern Michigan and have that field dedicated to you with Rachel and all the groundbreaking that you guys did for it?
Yeah, it was incredible. Getting to go back to Ypsilanti, got to take my agent around the campus, showed him all the the old spots and everything like that, and just kind of reminisce and just see how far we've come in such a short time. I remember getting to Eastern Michigan. I mean, I was,
Breezy
like I
was
said,
good.
212 pounds, had one offer, and really we're 1-11 my first year. Like nobody thought we would turn it around, and we ended up. I think we've gone to 8-9 bowl games since then. So being a part of something like that, and then coming back and having them, name a field after me is honestly, it's one of the most humbling things I've ever been a part of. Like I said, Rachel, I want, the Crosby Field thing, like it's about us. You know what I mean? Without her, I wouldn't be here. She's been just as important as anybody in my circle. She's helped me across the board. She helped me. She was the first one to get me on meal prep when I was in college. So we're a team, me, her, and Ella, and the dog. So it was incredible.
It's got some big shoes to fill.
If I was in the room, I would definitely do that.
Especially this offseason.
Yeah, Zamir, he's a quiet kid, but he works hard. You seen what he did last year when he came in. He didn't blink, came in and make some big plays. We're in Arrowhead, and he's breaking, long touchdowns, and he's just consistent. The dude's massive. Like, he's 225, 230 pounds.
Elite, say
big
something in the
physical
chat
back,
for
played in the
everybody.
SEC.
Anything.
He could do it at a high level. So it really just comes down to opportunity, and a guy like him, he's been consistent. He's been here, he's been working hard, and I expect big things from him. He's a hell of a player.
Actually, you look pretty comfortable as a cop with DeAndre as your partner.
Yeah.
What was that experience like, and what can we expect from that?
Yeah, it was a different experience. I've never done anything like that, but it was a cool opportunity. DeAndre, he's a big Raider fan, and he reached out and just wanted to lock in and do something cool. So, you never, like I said, limitless. We can do whatever. I'm always trying new things. Always want to be the best version of myself, put myself in uncomfortable situations. So we definitely have fun with it. So yeah, it'll be coming out Thursday. So it'll be cool.
Max, you obviously pushed for AP to get the job. What told you that he was the right guy for the job?
For me, it's just about the culture. You see,
just
people
don't be a
excited for
stranger
Raider
anymore.
football, and that's really what it's all about. We're about writing our own history. For years and years and years, the last 25 years, it's been, everyone talks about what the Raiders did in the 80s and 90s. And with all due respect, we all respect those guys and everything's cool, but like Howie said it himself, he's like, it's time for y'all to do it yourself. So I take it real personal, take a lot of pride in it, and the time is now. I'm sick of waiting. The window is, not forever. And I know the way I play, and I'm not going to play 20 years. You know what I mean? So I want to win here. I want to win now, and that's my goal every single day, is push everybody around me, pull the ones that need to be pulled, and push the ones that need to be pushed, and just get the best out of everybody and set the standard on a daily basis.
I like that.
Setting up for more cigars?
What's up?
Setting up the season for more cigars?
Oh, of course. We got some big things on the way.
Another one.
Big shout out to Acid Cigars. They, we're doing something special, so look out for that. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, of course. He got whacked.
All right, there you guys have it. Presser officially complete, and hold on, we gotta do this again.
Jackpot, baby!
Salute to David Zahn on another 100 bomb. And somebody said it in the chat before, and it's been a while, right? So am I still your resident tribal chief of Raider Nation? If so, throw those ones up and do me a quick favor.
Acknowledge me.
I appreciate you, brother, more than you will ever know. Thank you so much. Oh, we got to put this. We haven't done this yet today. promise I'm not going to get emotional today. I think I did enough of that in the return yesterday. Presser was good. Loving the energy from these vets. You know, Crosby's always speaking gospel when he's up at the podium. And Tay, I say this every time he does talk, every time he steps in front of a mic. He's a real one. He doesn't sugarcoat shit. He doesn't shy away from shit. He is completely transparent and openly honest with what he has to say and how he feels about things. So much respect to him as well, of course. Year 3 with us. Again, the noise has been put to bed. All that bullshit with the outside media. Oh, he's going to the Jets. He's going to reunite. 2 straight years we've been hearing this crap. And it's more from ESPN than anybody else. But all these other media outlets started with the same thing as a result of the Netflix show that they had going. Like, it's over, it's put to rest, and it's, again, something that serves as a distraction for our organization. We do not need it. We're moving forward. This team is moving forward. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. You face forward, or you face the possibility of shock and damage. This team is in a good spot right now. I'm here for the competition as it pertains to the quarterback position. I think these guys are going to definitely bring the best out of each other in camp. Ultimately, right now, I'm looking as this being Aidan O'Connell's job to lose. So we heard AP a few months back saying that he was going to be taking first-team reps. A couple of weeks ago, it was they're going to be splitting the reps with the first-team offense. Look, at the end of the day right now, it's Aidan O'Connell's job to lose. Second year, his sophomore year, a full, complete off-season workouts, mini camps, everything. A new system for him, it's cool. You have somebody that's played in this system before in Davante Adams that will definitely be able to mentor and help tutor up Aidan O'Connell to succeed in Luke Getzey's offense for the Las Vegas Raiders this coming season. And I'm here for it right now. A Juan in the chat. Yeah, I can't. Oh, my goodness. All right, Matt. Okay, Matt. How many times did Tay and his agents have to say he's not going anywhere? It's insane. You're right. Like beating a dead horse at this point. And you know what? It's over and done with now. We have put it to rest. They can stop. They can completely stop with this. Do have the preseason coming up in the next couple of weeks. We have the Vikings, the Niners, the Cowboys on the schedule. Like I said, in a couple of days, I'm waiting to hear back from someone. There may be some special news and a very special, we might do this as a raffle, but this is going to be something incredibly special. And like I said, it will definitely be something for Raider Nation to, it'd be a great way for someone in Raider Nation to close out their summer. So stay tuned. Once I get the further information, I will let you guys know. Taino's in the building. Salute my guy. We were talking earlier, and I just mentioned about a little something that could potentially be on the horizon in the coming days. Again, Nation, stay tuned. And again, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend if you haven't already. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell. You see it in the top right corner, 89.94. Again, we were well over 8,900 before the hiatus. We are back. Let's get to 9K as quickly as possible. Run it up, run it up, run it up. 1, 2, 3. Salute. Some of our own fans, you know what? It is what it is. Look, this is year 4 for me. And look, you have people that look at it as the couch GM, the couch head coach, what have you, right? I've said this to you guys, and this isn't a cockiness. This is an arrogant thing when I say this in any way, shape, or form. Like, I've played the game since I was a little kid. I had the opportunity to try out for both arena teams and an NFL team. I played semi-pro ball. I coached high school ball. I coached semi-pro ball. I know the game. I've had friends and family in the league. Like, I know the ins and outs of the business as well. So if I'm telling you guys things, think of it as somebody with with a really high football IQ that understands what goes on in certain processes and certain instances. You don't always have to take what I say. You don't have to necessarily run with what I say, but I won't sit here and create a false narrative of something. And I've told you guys this before. If I feel some type of way, if I see a player that's messing up, cool, I'm going to call you out on it. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. But when you're doing good, you're going to get your flowers where the flowers are due. That's it. I don't sugarcoat shit. I don't want to. That's not the person I am. I much rather be able to watch, observe, assess, and then give to you guys the best quality Raiders content that I can to the best of my ability. And again, if it's not, the growth of this doesn't happen without each and every single one of y'all tuning in, without you guys sharing it to the rest of Raider Nation. Again, those yesterday that pulled up, even those that are pulling up today that missed the live yesterday, I appreciate each and every single one of y'all. I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for the wishes, for those that have been checking in on me over these last few months, for those that gave me the welcome back wishes yesterday and today. Thank you guys. Again, when I can be on, I'm going to be on. When there's stuff to talk about, I will be here to talk about it. We will discuss things collectively as Raider Nation, as a family. Y'all know what it is when you're in the house that Hammer built. And again, technically it was built by you guys, for you guys. So appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Yo, 24. If you want to start a problem or create something, go somewhere else, but there's nothing. There's no issues. That is my brother. That is my family. We have no issues. So kill that noise. Don't create a false narrative. Kill that noise right now. And you can apologize in the chat to everybody, or you can walk your way the fuck out, and I won't give two shits. Point blank, period, the end. I just saw somebody in here. East Coast. What is good, my guy? Salute, salute, salute. Hope you're doing well. Redbone, salute. Yo, East Coast. Hit me up on IG and we'll try to figure something out. I do have things that I'm trying to line up for the season as well. And there's going to be time, guys. Like, we know when we're here, we talk Raiders. There will be some times, if I get everything lined up the correct way, that we may have fans, maybe even content creators of other teams that will be guests on here, and we're going to do an interactive show with you guys. You guys are going to be the voice. You guys are going to be asking some questions. You guys are also going to be we're going to put a poll out there for you guys to vote. When I have guests on, it's going to be head-to-head debates. You guys are going to vote on who had the more valid points and have some fun with that as well. Again, we are going to do some new things, but we're also going to stick to what we've been doing for the first 3 years and continue to build on top of that. So again, appreciate everybody that's in here right now. Only one, salute. Holy shit. Top, what's good, my guy? Salute, salute, salute. Good to see you in the chat. Hope all's well with you, my guy. All right. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Always good to get different perspectives. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've come across some fans of different teams over this period of time where these guys, having conversations with them about football, like, they really know their shit. And they can spew out stats, but they can bring valid points to the table. And this is why I want to put this show together. And I would definitely love to get other content creators. Like, we can do something where we have Raider content creators and do the head-to-heads as well. I think that would be pretty dope. But the only kicker to it is I can only do it where it's two guests and then me in the middle as the mediator, moderator, whatever you want to call it. But I'm here for it, man. Zon, are you leaving? Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you for everything today, bro. Salute. Look, Desert, and salute to the 2-time Pigskin Pick'em champ. 6 years in the league. He's definitely gone through injuries. I believe, if I remember correctly, I think not last season, the season before was the ACL. I know it's a different time now where like the advance in sports medicine, like ACL injuries are not as bad as they used to be. Like ACL injuries back in the day were your career enders. Like I think everybody that's been watching is as old as I am. There's probably people in here as old as I am. I think people know that ACL injuries back in the day was it. Your career is done. But 6 years in the league is a pretty long lifespan as well. We know NFL means or stands for not for long in some ways. Decent career, but again, 6 years in the league, it is what it is, man. I have not talked about this, so I can answer this question. Hammer, my apologies if you discussed this already, but what are your thoughts on Zamir and Tyree Jack this offseason? How do you think both will do this season? I've talked about Tyree, and I talked about Tyree before I took the break. And I'm kind of going to say the same thing as it pertains to Aidan O'Connell. You have guys now that have a full off season. You don't have the distractions of a combine, of a draft, what have you, right? Tyree was coming off of a foot injury and went through all that stuff and didn't have a true off season. And this goes for a lot of players. And I've said this before, like your sophomore year is really the year where you're going to really stand out because you have all the training camps, the mini camps, the OTAs, everything that you can do. The off-season workouts that Tyree has been doing with Maxx. That speaks volumes within itself. I do believe Tyree is going to be a dog this year. I think that you can put him in 3 different spots. You can put him in the interior. You can kick him to the edge. It could be a down and distance situation with that. You could even potentially, because I saw him at T-Tech, you could play outside linebacker as well if they need to. Again, down and distance situations. But I think that he is going to be a fucking monster among men this year, especially with his colleagues on the line, Christian Wilkins, Mad Max, Kuntz. That defensive line is scary. With Zeus, I'm very curious to see what he can do in his 3rd year, now that he pretty much has the reins as the number 1 running back for us. I hope the vision gets better. The vision has improved from year 1 to year 2. I hope that it only gets better this season. I hope Getsy's offensive scheme is something that Zeus will shine in. I know a lot of these other players will, but I want to see what Zeus can do, especially if he is going to be the featured back for us. And I'm absolutely excited to see both of these guys and do what they can do. Absolutely. They found young and hungry receivers in camp. I'm here for it. Elite is a hell of a drug, says. When you're no longer the number 1, number 2, or not even number 3, that had the F with his ego and didn't want to be that. Ooh. Wow. John B. Salute. That's some real shit right there. That's the realest shit that Top Beats ever wrote. Just messing with you, bro. That was a hot take, though. It's possible his odds of making the active roster played a role. It could be. And you know what? Yesterday, you guys had asked me, who did I see being a surprise cut? That might have, you know what? Gallup would have been the surprise cut then. Because at this point, I can't think of any other players right now. And I was driving today, and somebody brought up Faison yesterday. And I'll ask you guys in the chat, do you think if Faison was cut, do you think that would be a surprise cut? Just say yes or no in the chat, because I don't know if I can open a poll on the side right now. We need our version of Puka Nacua. Was it Zahn that was calling him? Zahn was calling him poop in the cooler last year. I'm telling you, like, we have the Swiss Army knife in the 13th overall pick of the 2024 NFL draft, Mr. Brock Bowers. That dude's going to be a Swiss Army knife. You can throw him in there on end-around leads. You can throw him in the slot. You can throw him on the line. Like, he's going to be... Faison is not a big-time player. Answer no. Okay. Demoke said that would be a surprise cut, but a majority of you are saying no, that would not be a surprise cut. So there you go. Like, I was thinking about it just because of the question. Again, like, you guys brought this up yesterday, and I was driving this afternoon, and I'm just like, would that be a surprise cut? In my opinion, it wouldn't, because I'm pretty sure you guys had heard me speak my sentiments on Brendan Faison on countless occasions during games and stuff. So I'm just like, you know, thinking the same thing. You guys were talking about Gilmore yesterday too, though. And my thing is with Gilmore, is, what is it going to cost us? That's, I know we have money. I know we have cap space, whatever. I still think that we don't need to break the bank right now. And at the same time, if it's a vet that we know has injury history, if we know, like, Gilmore doesn't have ties to us either. So that's the other thing. So I'm just like, do we pull the trigger on that or no? And right now, I don't think we need to. Like, I really am excited to see what Jacorian Bennett can do his sophomore year. You guys we're all on the same page when it comes to Jack. You got Hobbs. Our secondary, especially our safety room, Epps, Merrig, those dudes were dogs last year. We kind of saw what we saw similar, like last year, and I said it when it came to Merrig. Going into year 3, this is going to be his prove it year, and he has to step up. He has to shine. He did a phenomenal job holding it down at the safety position last year for us. Him and Epps are definitely a great tandem, and I'm here for it. I like our cornerback room right now. Things can only get better, and we also have, oh my God, the Camryon. Like, I think we're in a good spot. The only thing that has been my concern has been the quarterback position. You're hearing what these guys have said, and I get it. It's only the second day of camp, and this is only the vets that are in here. But again, my opinion with this system, and it's a system that O'Connell's learning, a new system in his second year. Okay, cool. It's not Mandarin, number one. Number 2, you have somebody that already has a grasp on this offense and has experience with this offense in Davante Adams that can help his quarterback to help him. Make sense? I think so. We've talked about that. We talked about this a while back. I would like to see Kuntz potentially be extended, but at the same time, like, this was a thing with Kuntz. Well, actually not now because we didn't get a quarterback, but I would have potentially used Kuntz as a trade piece to try to move up for the future quarterback, just for the simple fact that he's on the final year of his contract. But if dude shows up and shows out the way that he did this past season after McDaniels was gone, I wouldn't mind giving him an extension, but the money has to make sense. I would love to see what his market value is. I guess we get a little bit through this season, get a little more than halfway through to really be like, sit down and look and be like, okay, this is potentially what a doable contract for him would be. And you guys have seen me do that in the past with certain players, and there have been a few that were just like spot on, if not a few dollars off. So glad we got Stream Elements back, but there is stuff that's missing. I know that for a fact, and it sucks. Yeah, he'll be a Pro Bowler several times. We have been on, actually, we hit the hour mark already. We have 82 in the chat. If you guys haven't already, do me a favor. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell. At the end of the season, hammer, but I've never been a Trayvon fan at all. So I think we know who majority of us wanted at the safety position in the draft that Merrick was in. Merrick was pretty much the second best for us to go with. Javon Holland was there, and he got scooped up by Miami. And look, I was happy when we got him. His first year, he didn't do too bad. Year 2 was battling injuries. He definitely had pissed me off a couple of times. But last year was definitely the best year he's had in his 3 years in the league. I disagree. Hammer Kuntz has been underrated by Raiders media for the longest time. He's better than Wilson, and if we get rid of him, we'll live to regret. Ooh, shit. I definitely hear you. I'm basically hoping he does, but I think some of his issues last season weren't all his, so that's why I'm hoping he does make a leap. Oh, God, let's not talk about that guy, Demokes. Good Lord. Why? Why? Are y'all up for one? Y'all want to, again, it's been 1 hour and 6 minutes. I have 80 in the chat. Vault line? Y'all want to do it for a little bit? Thumbs up, thumbs down? We are definitely missing some other things on the screen because I was looking before and I'm just like, all right, I'm going to have to do some work and figure some things out and try to get some other things back up. Graphics and stuff, but y'all want to do the vault line? Take a few calls before we wrap it up. Again, we've been on for over an hour. Elite bringing, man, she's just been spitting flames all day. Damn. Elite, whenever you're ready, if you have a webcam, whatever, like I'm telling you, if we're gonna really give you a segment, like you're gonna have like FaceTime and everything. Like you are gonna have like a platform to come and speak your shit because you are always spot on and really am just like, holy, yeah. I don't want to try not to curse. Holy. The Hammerman's Brock Bowers. That's my guy. All right, so I got a couple. Damn, I came in late. My notifications didn't come on. Redbone, turn it off. Turn it on, bro. All right, so let me hook this up real quick. I'm not giving you guys dead air. This should take like really 2 seconds for me to get up and running for you guys. And see, I'm actually still talking. I'm multitasking. We don't have any issues right now. We don't have any dead air. You gotta love it here. Let's see. Turn off. Okay, we're good. Let me get to the chat. Let me see if this will work. And if it does, it does. If it doesn't, I will put it in the chat. If this one doesn't work, then I know that I still need to make some adjustments. Oh, and we got it, y'all. SeatGeek Vault Line 347-471-0361. Call in, sound off on the presser, sound off on the topics that we discussed today. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all that are in here right now. And again, if you haven't already, break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell. Let's go. Waiting for our first caller. Patiently waiting. But we're all set to go. Do not disturb is off, so we are going to be taking. We will be taking your guys' calls. Martin said, and they said, man can't multitask. I think that's the first time I've legit multitasked while doing a live with you guys because there are times where you guys have gotten dead air, and I hate doing that to you guys. I'm really trying to do my best to stay on top of this. Second time live in 2 days, second time back in almost 3 months. So appreciate y'all that have been hanging out. We've been on for 1 hour and 10 minutes. We played the presser. You guys got to see the presser without watching a rotating shield for over an hour. I'm pretty sure that presser went on. I'm curious. It's not showing me a timestamp. That actually was 1.5 hours. And that 1.5 hours includes as long as the rotating shield went on. So yeah, I'm glad that you guys pulled up here. You guys were able to see it, hear it, and actually do this together as a nation. So I appreciate y'all. Top, appreciate you, bro. All right. Are we going to... Because I definitely don't... It's not ringing. Don't make me start doing the Wonder Pet song. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Checking this. That isn't real, is it? No. Okay. Yeah, so nothing yet. But again, guys, you see it on the screen. Call into the SeatGeek Vault line. Ben Bad, I appreciate you. Hammer Time, it's your call, bro. You're on a roll. I appreciate you. Hug These was counting the number of shield rotations. I'm not surprised. I call in, but I have a rotary dial cell phone. Yeah, I can't with you. The rotary phones. Damn, man, she's here. She's about to spit that hot fire. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, it's Bring the Heat with Elite. What's good?
What's good, brother? How you doing? Great show thus far.
Thank you.
Man, yes, I'm fired up. I'm really fired up about what things are finally underway. It's been a long time. But let me tell you something real quick, Hammer. You know, everything that happens for a reason. You needed those 3 months because life happens. Trust me. Like, you was wondering why I went away, because life happens. So that's a real thing. So, ain't no shame in that. It's just, it is what it is. But you're on the roll now, 2 days in a row. It's like getting back on the bike, for everybody.
And I've been hella nervous to get back on. You have no idea. I've been incredibly nervous. It took a friend of mine yesterday. I just finished a dentist appointment, and I got the notification for the presser. I'm on the phone with a friend of mine, and they're like, you inspire me to actually do my show. You need to go back on right now. So I got in the house and on the fly just created a thumbnail and went live. And look, 2 days being with you guys definitely means a lot. And again, for everybody, including you, like for those that have reached out, for those that are welcoming me back the way you guys have, it means the world to me. And I appreciate each and every single one of y'all.
No doubt about it. I wanted to touch on this when it comes with Tyree, because I know everybody has like their feeling about the young man. You have to accumulate talent, dare I say elite talent. He has an elite skill. He's not. I always try to say to people, like when I'm on my Twitter and doing the thing, look, everybody is not a quick twitch athlete. They're just not. That ain't him. It's not who he is. The man is 6'7", probably weighing 290 pounds. He is your textbook 1990s, early 2000 bookend defensive end who can play inside and out. Dare I say the likes of Michael Strahan, O.C. Uinura, Terrell Suggs, even though he played outside linebacker. I'm talking about that mold. And so because, things change, we're not used to seeing that type of defensive end anymore. And I'm like, people got to give this man time. We cannot be a microwave society, even though we want to win today. We want to win yesterday. And I understand that. Let that man develop. He's, from what I've seen as we look on the outside looking in, he's done everything he needs to do. He's been under Max's tutelage. He went home and worked out. He came back. He grind. He at the SAC summit. Once he gets his hand work, his in fighting, his hands, you only need 2 or 3 moves. You don't have to have a full bag. Okay? Everybody ain't going to be Max. Everybody ain't going to be Von Miller. That man needs 2 or 3 moves. He's a power player.
Yep.
I wish he would go watch some fucking Reggie White tape. Go learn how to do the fucking club.
This is the one thing that I've said when it comes to Tyree, and I said this a while back, that like this is going to be his year. And when it comes to a guy that plays on the line, when it comes to your second year, you develop that second move, and that second move is normally going to be that move that continues to help you succeed in the league. And again, I am 1,000% here for it. You guys know that I had constantly screamed off the roof of my house, Tyree Wilson is going to be our first round pick. Tyree Wilson is going to be our first round pick. What happened? And everybody, oh, why you passed up on Carter? Da 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 da. There's a reason that we passed up on Jalen Carter, and it was definitely the right reason. I don't care what anybody else thinks or says about that. But at the same time, yes, he was dealing with the hankering injury of that foot. He didn't get a full offseason workout. And again, as a rookie, you're never going to get the full season, offseason workout because combine, draft, distractions. He's healed up. Right. He went home. He worked out. He's been with Maxx. He's going to these summits. This kid is going to be a dog in his sophomore year, and you can take that to the bank. With the guys that he has, that supporting cast he has around him on that defensive line, there's going to be problems. There might be a couple of quarterbacks that go down with some really bad injuries the way these guys are looking to come and hit. I'm here for it.
100%. 100%. I wanted to build on what you said about Trayvon Merrick and Marcus Epps. Hey, they balled out. Like, for real. They might have been a top 5 safety unit as a 1-2 punch.
Yep.
For real. And I'm telling you, I wasn't the biggest Trayvon Merrick fan after, watching his first 2 seasons because I thought he played too safely for me. I'm like, I understand because he doesn't want to get beat over the top. You know what I'm saying? Because we've seen that, we've seen that way too often as Raider fans. The only thing I can see right now is that dude I used to play with Gunther, Reggie Nelson. That's all I see is his ass chasing somebody. It still haunts me all the time.
But the thing with Merrick was, though, and I'm sorry to cut you off, the thing with Merrick was
no, go ahead.
Year 2 and the hip injury and him battling with the injuries. Year 1, quarterbacks didn't want to test him in his rookie season. That was a given. If you look back at the films of his rookie season, quarterbacks were not trying to test Trayvon Merrick in his rookie year at all.
Okay.
So I definitely believe the sophomore year with the injuries and him battling with that hip injury, it was difficult for him to really move around. And I get that. Like, I know it probably sounds like an excuse, but he definitely showed his ass last season. The best year he's had in the 3 years in the league.
For a fact. No, that's what I was going to give him props on because that last season he played aggressive. He was willing to make a play on the ball more often. And that's all I wanted to see from him. I'm like, my biggest things with safeties is just no blown coverages. I saw there was little to none of that. Like little to none last season. Okay, just those breakdowns that comes from non-communication, miscommunication, not understanding assignments. The only person who blew coverages last year, real talk, was Amik Robinson. He was the only, for the most part, the only DB until we got Marcus out of there.
The little pit bull puppy whose inconsistency used to make me want to throw my head through a wall every single time he stepped on the field.
Right, and I was a fan of Amik. I was a big proponent of Amik. I'm like, he's going to make the squad when everybody thought he wasn't because of his playmaking skills. But his problem is he has 2 or 3 brain forts a game. So I'm glad he got his money and he moved on. But it is the non-blown plays, and that's why our defense, to a certain extent, even got more exponentially better. Is because of the safety play, the alignment that Marcus Epps and Trayvon Merrick had with communication, and that shit is critical because your front end can be tight, but if that back end is garbage,
done.
It's all for naught. It's all for naught. So yeah, man, so those are some of the battles, but that other the other battle that I'm really looking forward to, I really want to see Divine Diablo. I want to see if Divine has now acquired a more natural flow to how he plays linebacker because sometimes he makes too many false steps. If you know what I mean? Like his first step is a false step and he gets beat, like he'll step in and I seen Kelsey and all of them just go right by him. So because he has not the natural instinct to be able to read on the second level because he's usually coming from playing on the third level. So now seeing the field from the second level takes a little time. So I need to see him meet a running back more in the hole. He doesn't do that enough for me, and he gets caught in the wash too much.
I totally agree with you on that. And at the same time, as a former linebacker, you're always
okay. Go ahead. It's my favorite position in football, by the way. Yes.
You're always taught that your first read is supposed to be up. Like, you're supposed to read the run first. Depending on your coverage, especially as an outside linebacker, depending on that coverage and what you're playing, you could be running a cover 3, your responsibility could potentially be the flats, but you still want to try to make that first step being checking the run first more than anything else. If your number's dialed up on a blitz, you know that you better be shooting your ass out of a cannon and filling whatever gap it is that you're assigned to go for. So I think, again, for somebody, and you just said it perfectly, him playing third level throughout college and then them transitioning to having him play linebacker, it's it's slightly different, but at the same time, this is going to be your third year. you should have those adjustments, and you should have it in your mind now of what exactly it is as a linebacker, because we're never going to see you play safety in the league ever again. As a linebacker, you need to know your read steps. You need to know exactly what your natural first step needs to be whether your number's called or you're playing in a specific coverage. You have to make sure that you're reading the run first and foremost. And it doesn't matter if you're outside or inside. Your read is always run first.
Let me ask you this. So when you make that first read, are you taught to, are you told to step first, step forward first? Or are you taught to see and then react, literally see and stop? Because to me, he make a lot of false steps that get him, that ends in bad results for him.
The way I was taught, it was to step first. Mm-hmm. I eventually started to develop as I got a little bit older with it, was like a read and react, but it was always a natural instinct to step first. And I would always mess around too. Even if I'm not blitzing, there were times where I would just start running up to the line and attempt to show a blitz and just come right back. But at the same time, the second the ball is snapped, I'll still make whatever read I need to the right way and do it spot on as much as I possibly could.
Okay.
Whether I was dropping into the flats, whether I was playing hook to curl, whether I was coming up for a run, I always tried to make the right steps and not try to get in my own head and second guess shit either. Mm-hmm. And that might be something might be going on with him. There might be times where he has those little brain farts or second guesses himself, and that's probably where you see the mistakes. But I think he's going to be fine this year.
That's kind of what I see out there, and I always seen it like you got to have footwork, like a tennis player who's getting ready to return a serve. Because I played competitive tennis as a youngster too, and that first step is like a split step. And what I mean by that, it's your legs are moving, and it's I'm in the house about to jump, but it's a split step. That way you can go left to right, really quickly. You can make that pivot left to right instead of taking a step in. It's a you bounce it on your balls of your feet, right? And then that first step is I can't. If I was on camera, I'd show you what I mean, but y'all know.
I get what you're saying, and honest to God, if I had more space in this room, I would actually try to do a demonstration. But especially you just put a really valid point out there with using the ball of your feet. There's one thing that I was taught never to do, and I made sure never to do it because I would never hear the end of it from any of my coaches. That when you're trying to side step or side shuffle, you never, as a linebacker, you never cross your feet. Do the shuffle step or try to open your hips and run, but never cross your feet because that's where you're going to get jammed up more than anything else.
Right. So I'm just really looking to see how Divine develops this year and seeing if Luke Masterson or even Tommy Eichenberg is going to push him for snaps. I'm really looking forward to seeing the things that Patrick Graham cooks up because, man, this dude got a lot of chess pieces. I'm very curious to see what Patrick Graham does, just for the simple fact that when he first was hired by us, you saw that interview where they asked the type of style defense, and pretty much he's it's hybrid. But a lot of the times, their base defense is a 4-2-5. I want to see a little bit of everything this year. I want to see 4-3. I want to see 3-4. Again, it depends on personnel. It depends on what the offense has out there. But I want to see a little bit of everything and see what the possibilities are because even our linebacker core is really, really good, solid. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see Spillane in his second year in the silver and black. But I want to see Diablo have his best year this coming season as well. Masterson is another guy that was, when his number was called, he would put in the work. Eichenberg, I think we're going to probably see Eichenberg a little bit more of a special teams guy in his rookie season. We'll see as it goes, though. In fact, before I get out of here, Hammer, people used to always say, how long, all those years it took for us to land a quarterback until we got DC and so forth. Being that I love linebacker, for me, it was the linebacker grouping. We haven't had a solid linebacking grouping literally since Rob Holmberg and Greg Beaker. For real. I want, that like a real. This is, to me, is the closest thing we've had to that. And shout out to Spillane, because I feel like I was one of the only people on these internet streets who was talking up Spillane for real. I'm like, I don't know what people are missing on the fucking watching film when he played in Pittsburgh. To me, when I see a linebacker, what makes you a great linebacker outside of being able to react and play downhill is the level of depth you get on your drop. To me, when you can get 10, 15 yards deep on a drop, when I used to see Ray Lewis, just all the great linebackers throughout history who can actually have a really deep drops and are able to read and understand route recognition. And I'm like, if you look at how Spillane played, he had all those green lights to me, and I didn't understand why he was getting shitted on. But he absolutely got snubbed. The man should have. I say he should have almost been an All-Pro last year. The way he played, the impact, 3 interceptions, forced fumbles, 3.5 sacks. Come on, man.
He's a
that
Raider,
dude is
though.
just scratching.
At the end of the day, he's a Raider, and you know how it goes. You know we're gonna forever be
For
public
sure.
enemy number one. And with Spillane, and I've said this countless times, when we signed him, I knew who he was. I knew what he was capable of, but I was like, to me, free agency, that was not the sexiest signing.
Right.
That didn't, and he proved me wrong. And look, he's getting his credit now. Dude is a dog, and I'm really, really glad he's
For real.
playing for us.
Facts. All right, Hammer, man. It's always a blessing, and it's an honor to chop it out with you in the Raider Nation.
Appreciate you. We'll definitely talk soon.
All right. Peace.
Take care. Shout out to Bring the Heat with Elite. Much love, much respect. Always bringing facts, always bringing that fire. Much appreciated. Guys, we have been on for an hour, almost an hour and a half. A solo show, an hour and a half. This is, wow, it's been a minute. Feels good. Feels right. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all. I'm going to wrap it up for now. I definitely have some things I got to do. So if you haven't already and you see it at the top right of the screen, we're 6 away from 8,900. That puts us at 106 away from 9K. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Break them thumbs, hammer them subs, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions in the house that Hammer built by the nation, for the nation, Raider Nation News Today. Like I said, if something breaks, I'm going to do my best to be on. If there's a presser, I will try my best to be on. I do want to try to do the preseason game against the Vikings. Stay tuned if I have access to it. I'm hoping that the NFL packages will already be good to go and we'll be able to do the live play-by-play. I actually was looking at the scoreboard from the very last play-by-play I did, and that was a playoff game between the Texans and the Ravens. I was just making sure that it was still working, but I was ready to start tinkering with it and getting it ready. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all, every single one of y'all that pulled up yesterday, everybody that's pulled up today, everybody with the well wishes, the welcome backs. It means the world to me. It means more than you'll ever know. Shout out to the mod god, David Zahn. A couple of those
Jackpot, baby!
dropping bombs. I believe it was 4 times, if I remember correctly. Much love to you. And again, I hopefully will have this information in the coming days. And if it all goes right, there will be something special for Raider Nation, one person Raider Nation specifically, to be able to enjoy the end of their summer in a very special way. You guys are not going to want to miss out. Again, when I get the further details and the information, I will bring it to you guys. I will probably put it out on IG first and then probably do a short and put it on here as well. But stay tuned. You guys are not going to want to miss that. But on that note, y'all know what it is. Continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. There's another strand of COVID out there, but regardless, COVID or not, you should always wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, y'all. Peace, love, and positivity. I'm outro. Love y'all.
Yeah.